Hi, I'm Anna Guest, registered dietitian with the Ohio Beef Council, and today we are making my favorite recipe, Classic London Broil. This recipe features a top round, which is a lean cut of beef, which is one of the reasons I love to serve it to my family, but it also has a decadent herb butter that goes over top that makes it a family favorite as well. Like the name suggests, Classic London Broil is broiled in the oven, so it's very similar to grilling as a direct heat method, but instead of the heat source being underneath the beef, it is actually above. So if you're looking for that similar grilled taste but don't have access to a grill, broiling is a great option. Our recipe has a few simple ingredients. One of the most important things is to marinate this cut of beef. You can do it 6 hours before you're going to cook it or overnight. So if you want to prep this the night before and cook it after work for a quick dinner, that's a great option as well. So what we're going to do is take our top round and we're going to put it in a food safe container so that we can marinate it. We're going to start with 3/4 a cup of beef broth. And then what's easy to remember, the rest of the remaining ingredients, it goes 2, 2, 1, 1. So you need just 1 tablespoon, and you can measure 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Again, these are all pantry staples that I usually have on hand, which is what makes this such an easy go-to recipe. And then you're going to add a little bit of salt. So it's a teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Stir. And you can go ahead and pour it right over your beef. If you don't have a container that fits your cut of beef, you can also use a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. So I'm gonna spread some of the salt out. Then we're gonna put the lid on it and let it marinate for a minimum of 6 hours or as long as overnight. And then we'll be ready to cook. So we let our London broil marinate for about 6 hours, and now we're going to take it out of the marinade and pat it dry. This is to ensure even cooking in the broiler. Then we're going to add it to our broiling pan. Want to make sure it's nice and centered. And we're going to put it in our broiler that has already been preheating. Generally, you should have your rack about 2 to 3 inches from the top of your broiler element. And you're just gonna wanna try to center your pan as much as you can on the broiler. And we are going to start the timer as soon as we close the oven. And this is gonna cook for about 27 minutes. So while the London broil is cooking, I'm going to make the herb butter. So we're gonna start off with 1/2 of a stick of softened butter. We're going to chop up some fresh parsley. We've got tarragon, which we're going to use about 2 teaspoons worth. And then you can use chives. I'm gonna use a little bit of oregano today, so I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle that in. We are going to add 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, and then we are going to do 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then we are just going to mix this up until it is well combined. And we are going to pop this in the refrigerator while our London broil continues to cook. About halfway through the cooking time, we do want to take it out of the oven and flip it over so it cooks evenly on both sides. Okay, we've let it rest for a few minutes, and then we're going to just carve it into slices. Healthy, delicious, and packed with nutrients, beef is a win for your plate and your health. Find your next meal at ohiobeef.org.